Hey all, Sathala here, and I'm playing Dragon's Crown. Now, last time, we found the magician Lucane and resurrected him, and he told us to come to his tower and talk to him. So let's see what he wants.
The magician Lucane is waiting for you in the laboratory of the old tower. It seems that dying had an adverse effect on his short-term memory. Lucane can't remember why he went to meet Wallace. Lucane is researching magic called runes, which are closely tied to spirits and fairies. Lucane introduces his fairy friend to you. Her name is Tiki. She left the fairy forest due to her strong curiosity. He thanks you again for saving him and allowing him to enjoy life's rich pageant. He displays his magic trinkets. Lucane says that he'd be happy to sell you these items at a fraction of the normal price and answer any questions you have. What will you ask?
Let's find out who this Wallace guy is. I'm kinda curious now, what all he's up to.
The magician Wallace was an old friend of Lucane's. He was known as a great magician. He sealed that group, or myopia, of cyclopes in a labyrinth and saved the land. He also mentored young magicians in his tower. He was also the king's trusted advisor, and Lucane trails off. It seems that Lucane's memory has failed him again. Before you realize it, Tiki is following you around. She seems to have taken a liking to you. She will accompany you on your adventures henceforth. Fairies are known to be adept at finding hidden things.
Right, so Wallace is just kind of a powerful mage that does a couple things. I have a feeling he'll be important later. But Tiki will follow me around and tell me where to go, and also in dungeons point out any hidden treasure. So let's go check out the Adventurers Guild.
A letter from the castle has come to you via the guild. It simply says to report to the castle in all haste.
You're back.
Alright, so we have to go to the castle.
You assume that the letter was sent by the Prime Minister.
Wondering
Perhaps
who
he
it
has another
was.
request for you.
Alright, yeah, I've done this before, I know who it is, but...
Count Dean is waiting for you at the throne room. It is he who sent the letter. After your previous encounter, you can only assume that he's up to something nefarious. You brace for combat. The guards have drawn their swords and are blocking the exit. Count Dean starts talking to you in a soft voice. He says that he has personally requested your assistance in performing a task for him. He wants you to scout Bilbaron Fortress on the border. This underground fortress is a well-known structure. Originally built to defend against the Orc army, it now lies in Orc hands. Scout them and learn their invasion routes. It is a very dangerous mission, but refusal means that you will be at the mercy of Dean's guards. You accept. Per Count Dean's request, you agree.
So it sounds like he wants us to go there and then just get killed and never bother him again. I'm not quite sure why exactly we decided to go along with this, but apparently we think that if we finish his quest, we'll just show him up enough that he'll leave us alone or something like that. Regardless, to the fortress.
The Orc army presently controls Bilbaron, the underground fortress built into the canyon.
And
The king's army has
Here's
been
the drawbridge,
mounting
there
a
we go.
fierce offensive to try and reclaim the fortress.
now I have gotten a lightning rod since last time I was here. So that does a bunch of lightning attacks. I can do this wave of energy. I can do kind of a... I can recharge my mana. I can do like a lightning whip kind of thing here. And just a thunderstorm. Let's recharge again and go on. Apparently, Granny wants to steal some of my gold. Alright, so Tiki's gonna point out things. She's gonna just go sit on treasure chests in case I miss some somehow. I gotta kill off this guy. This guy's not dead yet. No, he's dead. Alright, so look around for any loot. There we go.
You step into the enemy kitchen. A corpulent chef grabs a goblin instead of meat and suddenly stops. The cook, sensing your presence, stares directly at you. Luckily, her sight's not so keen, so she doesn't notice you. Eventually, the chef returns to her meat cutting. You use the goblin's screams to mask your escape.
Well, of course I'm out of mana again. I'll let the night guy fight for a bit while I recharge. Thankfully he's pretty good at it. Kill this guy, I'll take the crossbow, you can have the dagger. Now, I want to try and kill... Some of these goblins will have grenades. I want to try and kill them. Let's make this into an ally. I want to try and kill them before they throw the bombs, like that. Put this down, recharge.
It's my turn.
And they are too stupid to go around the gate there, apparently. Let's kill this guy off. More goblins with swords. Keep running out of mana. Yeah, I'm gonna put more points in the faster mana regen abilities. Just because it is very handy to not have to stop and regenerate every so often. You guys are worthless. Alright, unfortunately I did not get a bomb. There was a wall back there that you could explode with a bomb, and if you do you can open up another treasure room and get some extra loot. But it's only one chest, so it's not too big of a deal. Go on, open up this chest. And of course, the first group of enemies I run into here has a bomb that I can take. There you go, the guy's in the back. I missed. Makes me sad. Oh well, I can use this to kill them all. Pick up the loot, and there's some extra. I'll let my allies have that. Actually, I'll just take it back. And Rennie levels up, of course. Not quite sure why he gets to level up in a dungeon and I have to wait till after the dungeon to level up, but okay. Alright, you guys can have this. I'm going to take the dinosaur. Because I am special like that. So, there are a couple creatures you can get as mounts occasionally in the game. It's this dragonless guy, as well as there's a panther you can get. And both of them just make you really powerful and are very fun to kill enemies with. Break up these bones. These guys are sleeping, so let's wake them up. And why am I not attacking? There we go. I'll wake up these guys and... These things are kind of neat because whenever you jump, it counts as attacking, so you can actually jump onto enemies and hit them with just jumps, which is pretty handy, pretty neat. Let's finish off these guys. I don't know why, but for some reason hitting the attack button doesn't do much. But, there we go. Alright, Randy's got that chest, so we can go on. Now this area is full of barrels full of oil and fire. And of course the two don't combine very well. And they can be out like that. That was probably a bad idea to attack a barrel full of oil with a fire attack. And I lost my mount. But I gained a bomb, and I can use it to wake up these ogres. Or whatever they are. Orcs, whatever. Kill him. Finish him off, and then have Randy open this while I wake up this last ogre. Oh, Randy, you are horrible. Why did you set off a trap? Whoa, that's a lot of loot there. Alright, let's go on. And of course, mages. And of course, I'm out of mana. Let's recover that while these two fight. Let's go and leave them to it. They're good at their job. That's what I paid for, or what I would pay it for if I paid people. Alright, this room is horrible. There is a lot of oil and a lot of fire, and it can kind of start on fire. If I had ice spells available, I could actually put out the fire with them. I believe that's how it worked when I was playing earlier. But sadly, I do not. So I'll just have to be very careful about what barrels I open up. And what I do with fire. Like here, there's fire already spreading. So by the time I'm done here, there may not be a fortress left to scout out. Oh well. You guys fight these guys while I recover. Collect our food. I have to stop and eat when I get out of this room of fire. Just get out of here.
At the bottom of the stairs is an area connected to the sewers. This seems your most likely escape.
Alright, let's stop and eat for a moment, and my fourth ally has come to join me. It took him long enough, but okay. Go down here and into more food. Of course. I suppose a knight can have some. He is almost dead. Alright, I think I stopped eating because I'm full health. I can't actually go beyond 150% of my maximum with food. But here is the Minotaur. Let's start off by throwing out the Thunderhead. And yeah, I'll let these guys fight while I recover, and then watch as they die. Well, they were kind of useful, but not that great. Get up, get up, get up. Oh! Okay, well, Wizard died, but he's got a couple lives left. I don't care. Let's pull out another Thunderhead. And recover. Dodge that, and I think this will finish him off pretty soon here. If I actually hit with it. And I'm out again. He's almost dead. There we go. Awesome.
After defeating
And killed by his own axe.
you moved through the sewer's filth. The reconnaissance mission went well. You gathered intel and slipped back across enemy lines.
Alright, didn't get a whole lot of excellent treasure, a bunch of C-rank stuff, some D's and an E. But, that could be useful. Gain a level, and let's
Among the
see.
treasures you claimed is the great sword of the hero Javelin.
Amusingly, none of the playable characters actually use swords, so that would actually be useless no matter who I'm playing as. But of course it's a quest item, so I get a lot of stabs. Well, these earrings are pretty nice. Let's see what they are. Lightning retribution and ice resistance. Not too bad. Let's see, any stabs that we can just sell. This one I'm just going to sell because it only has one ability on it. Let's see, I think I'll take this one. I've got enough money, I can just identify all of them, I think. And I'll sort through later and find out what to keep and what to sell. That's kind of nice. But let's go see what that Count thinks of me getting that sword and surviving the fortress.
You've succeeded in acquiring intel on the underground fortress. This job will be completed once you report to Count Dean.
So let's see what he thinks.
You report everything you learn to Count Dean. Unfortunately, you also mention the hero's legendary sword. Naturally, he demands the great sword, but at least he's in a good mood now. He thought you'd just flee, but you didn't. It seems that he thinks much more highly of you now. Dean confides in you some of the problems in the castle. Once the king went missing, the Prime Minister began recommending the Archduke MacNeil of Bolga to the throne. Bolga is an aggressive nation to the north. MacNeil is related to the King of Hydeland and has a legal claim to the throne. Count Dean claims that MacNeil has been rallying nobles in Hydeland to support his claim to the throne. That's why Dean hired Tommet to steal the scepter. He says that Tommet is extremely trustworthy, so long as he is paid. Suddenly, the Prime Minister and the Princess appear. It seems you were being watched. The Count glowers and departs. The Prime Minister warns you not to involve yourself any further. The Princess, as usual, looks back with blank eyes.
So,
Since you completed
the Prime Minister may not be as good as we thought, and the Count may not be as evil as we thought. And there's something up with the Princess. Very interesting. But I think that's where I'm going to end it for now. We will see what's up with the Adventurers Guild next episode. As always, thanks for watching.